Actually, you know what? That's the wrong damn one. That will come up in a little bit. We got pumped up for it, and then I went and screwed up. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I can bring up this file right here because I don't know what I was thinking. So I apologize, people. We're gonna get to this here in a moment. It's been a month since we've done this, so here's this.
Welcome, adjudicators, to another episode of Disputed, where two fictional characters go head-to-head armed with only their advocates, and you will decide the outcome. Everything is disputed.
We are back, my friends. It's been a month. Man.
It feels, whoa.
But it's
lots happened in the last month.
It still creeps up on me.
Say again.
It still creeps up on me every time.
Yep, and I felt I just saw you, I guess, a couple days ago with the what about a week ago? When did we do the Letterkenny?
The table read was last Tuesday.
So last Tuesday. So us putting eyeballs on each other hasn't been, but with the deal with the logo. That is, are there a different official capacity? So it's been a month, man. That's crazy. Lots goes on, man. Lots goes on. Yeah. I've missed you though.
Yeah, same. It's different without you. But other people haven't had a chance to miss you because they may not know you. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, what's up, blurs and nerds? I'm Demond, father of two, husband of one, and a scion of 17-syllable silliness. You may know me from such podcasts as Demond Does and In the Stack, the Library podcast, and I am the R2D2 of the Disputed podcast.
Very well. Thank you, Damon, and welcome, adjudicators. I am Dean. I would be the C-3PO of the show. I could be also, I guess, the Darth Vader in a way. I mean,
just about anybody in the show. It's still accurate. You know
yeah. So anyway, you can find me on many podcasts, though I haven't been doing a lot of them lately. We have been doing the table reads over there on the How Are You Nows. Anyway, got this one, Podskier Network. If you can check them out at podskier.com, and you'll see everything that we do or have done and are doing and such and things. So, you can check them all out there. So, let's talk a bit about this last episode. It was, in my opinion, a fantastic episode.
I agree.
Yeah, it's, it was just unfortunate because it deserved much more attention than it got. But that being said, let's just go to the tape and see what we got here.
We need to have a name for the arena. Oh, looks like we got a jump start here. Oh my goodness, McCall! He's fighting above the alleyway. So take a put ass on up the highway. You gonna turn your back on me? You lost your mind. Man, oh neat. Oh, superplex off the top. Oh, right on, almost on the referee.
I felt that in my back, man.
Oh, no. Oh, big knee to the head. Oh, he's like, oh, now I'm having enough of this.
Pow.
Oh, in the face. All up in your face. This is your size 10 for you. Oh, a quick kick combo. Uh-oh. What are we looking at?
Oh,
just threw him to the floor. Woo. Oh, they are brawling all over the place. If you don't enjoy it. Damn, McCall is handle it. Into the steps, up the aisleway. Where is the referee? Oh! What? Did he just Matrix on his ass? Oh, that was amazing. Oh, what a great finish. You have to watch the video. I can't even describe it. That was amazing. What a finish. A Sam with the victory on the floor. I didn't know this was a falls count anywhere.
Yeah, that went hard. Way hard.
Man, that was the best video we've had yet, man.
Yeah. Again, Sam now with that victory moves on to the next round. Fortunately, we only had 11 votes this with that episode, which is that's an insult. That is not good. Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Yeah. They got to take care of a rookie.
Okay, sorry about that.
You got rookies sneaking in.
Yeah, I didn't close the door all the way, so one of the cats probably came in. And was like, "Oh yeah, oh you're ignoring me. This sounds like a good time to come see what Dad's doing."
Here, let me make some noise for you.
Clank, clank, clank.
So even though we only had 11 votes, we still had a winner, Assam, with 54.5% to Robert McCall's 45.5%. So fairly even match, as you could see from the scrap there in the video. You never knew. I mean, just watching that, you never knew which way that was going to go.
I mean, back and forth all the way. That was probably the best video we've had so far, and that was action packed and back. It was
totally.
It was all over the place. It was great.
Very much, yeah. So how are you expecting that one to go? What are your thoughts on that?
Let me think. I actually wanted Assam to win only because we could have an all Bruce Lee final. And I am an agent for chaos. I love that in these guys. But I was honestly I wouldn't have had. I mean, it was close and it deserved to be. Both arguments were fantastic. It was. It was on par for a disputed debate. So it was really cool. So
yeah, and and a big congrats to our man with the plan, Brian Tan. He brought it like he always does, as did Tiara. She did her damnedest to kick ass, but that's okay. We may see her again. We need an advocate for our boy Amos from The Expanse, and she knows him. She's very familiar with him. Unless we can find somebody else, we'll see. But and also again, as we like to always show our love to Keith and Heather Mackey for those awesome videos. They make some amazing characters for us every episode. Check out their characters. You can find them on Twitter at Heather Mackey. That's Maki 1, or on Instagram at SOL Freedom 10. And that's what they do. They make some amazing stuff and have for a long time. That's how we got to know them. They made all the Letterkenny characters, and it was just brilliant, so brilliant.
So have they covered the whole Podscure family yet? Have they gone to the Boondocks podcast? And
I don't think they've done the Boondocks. So though our boy Dennis Guggen has made all our our Boondocks characters, which are awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm still hopeful that they're going to find a way to reboot the Boondocks with the proper cast. I know you can't get everybody. Some folks have passed on, unfortunately,
Right.
but I don't know if that means. Does that mean? I mean, and Regina King, she's just so big now. I mean,
Yeah, she's gonna cost a lot more than she did back then.
yeah. So does that mean we just get a whole new cast? Who knows? I mean, how does that work? I mean, there's just so many or do they move? Or what happens? So I was hopeful to see what was going to happen, but now we may never know. But fingers still
Yeah.
crossed. All right, what do you say we get on to our dispute introduction for the evening, my friend?
Yes, let's do this. This dispute brings together two icons of strength and silence. Never before have we seen such staunch scrappers stand toe-to-toe for a solitary slugfest. Who are these two wily warlords, you ask? Only two of the most tenacious talents to ever trounce a trespasser. Wayne from Letterkenny versus Kato from the Green Hornet. Everything is disputed.
Yeah. Woo! I mean, this is gonna be a battle, man. I mean, you got fandoms on both sides that go back a long ways. I don't, I don't know how. I don't know how this turns out. I mean, if I just look at fandoms, I don't know. If I look at scrapping, I tend to lean more towards the studied ones, which in this case would be, Kato, because Bruce Lee. So, but I don't know how this one's going to turn out. I mean, we've seen Wayne take on very staunch opponents who are also trained in the martial arts, so it could go either way, man. I don't know how.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see how the fandom sees this one.
Very true, very true. So maybe we'll go ahead and bring on our advocates for the evening. After being undefeated, undisputed, our first advocate for the evening returns after a highly successful round one scrap. As you already know, she hails from the Bay Area while stalking the halls of the Letterkenny subreddit. She's been known to throw the banhammer like Mjolnir, exacting swift justice on any degen who comes her way. Some refer to her as a power-mad cunt, and that's one of the nice ones. You may call her what you will, but we'll just call her awesome. Hey, awesome.
How are you now?
Oh, good, and you?
Not bad.
So I'm happy to have you back here. Tell us who you're advocating. Well, we know who you're advocating for. Tell us. Whoa! Did you just fall off a cliff?
That was not me, my guy.
Okay. Well, all right then. Anyways, tell us what you're bringing to the table for Wayne this evening.
I back my guy 100%. I'm in his corner. And, Bruce Lee, but also Wayne's alive and Bruce ain't. So, there you go.
Ooh, it starts already. Oh, man.
We're at that. Somebody chose violence today.
They brought their bag of hands.
What's gonna happen? The fuck did you think was gonna happen? Ask yourself that.
Okay then. All right. So, all right, Demond, let's go.
Our next advocate is back after claiming victory for Kato over Walker, Texas Ranger. Hailing from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, He is known to be a connoisseur of bubblegum and guava juice. The streets call him E or Ev. His mama calls him Evan. Give it up for ya boy, MC Amazing!
Oh yeah, you're on mute, buddy. You're on mute, Ev.
Woo! Sorry, I didn't want to blow out everybody's ears right out the gate. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy MC Amazing back again. Yo, as you can see, I'm in a completely different location. I'm actually at my job, but you know that's good because somebody's about to get this work, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh. Woo! Ugh.
Yeah.
It's here we go. So, hey, Ev, share something about yourself with us, and we know who you're advocating for, but why and what do you, sir, bring to the table? Remind the peoples, baby.
Oh man, I think you already know. You already know, but let's recap real quick. You know, your boy is always coming with the hypeness, man. The hype, the energy, the knowledge. You know, especially about somebody as good as Kato. I mean, it's Kato, man. Somebody who fights every single fight with a handicap. You know what I mean? You know what? Awesome. I feel like you should be happy that you aren't like on camera, so nobody can see this bloody nose you're about to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go.
I mean, of course I'm not on camera. How else am I going to maintain my secret identity?
Oh wow! All right then. So now I know you guys have been here before, and so we're just telling this for the folks out in the audience. This is a debate, and the debate rules are as follows. Each advocate will get a 5-minute opening statement, followed immediately by their opponent's rebuttal. So advocate 1 will get an opening statement. Advocate 2 will rebut that, followed by advocate 2's opening statement, followed by advocate 1 rebuttal. From there, each of us, Damon and I, will ask a question of the opposite's advocate. So I introduced Awesome. Damon will ask Awesome some questions. I will ask E some questions. And there may be or may not be questions from the audience. We can, if you're out on YouTube watching this, you can leave a question in the comment area there, and it'll pop up, and we can put it on our screen and bring that to the advocates. And then once that's done, each advocate will get a closing argument of 2 minutes. If they don't use all of their time, they can bank their time to use at any other point. And moderators can extend time, that's me and Demond, for another 30 seconds as we see fit. If there are
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm very distracted by Demond and the way he keeps fingering himself in the little corner of the
he's right above you, so maybe it was fingering you. I don't know.
He was fingering everyone here. We've all been fingered by Demond.
All right. Well, I'm, and we're all the better for it. So I don't know what to say, but thank you, Demond.
Thank you, and I hope you washed your hands.
I will repeatedly.
So, if we are ready, Awesome, you are advocate number 1 for this evening, so I'm going to go ahead and bring you up over here and do this thing here. And you've got your 5-minute opening statement. I've got my my little timer here, so go ahead and start.
Okay, once again, I am advocating for Wayne from Letterkenny. He has been the toughest guy in Letterkenny his entire life. People bring him problems to solve because he's the toughest guy in Letterkenny. People look up to him for leadership and for an example as to how to behave, and he metes out justice. I really don't know what to say or expound on that I didn't cover last time. I am looking forward to talking with you again, MC Amazing. And unlike last time, I do respect your, what do you call them? Your character, the person you're advocating for. There's a term
Kato.
for that. What?
You-
Yeah, no, I don't mean. I mean Kato, not, but I don't mean his name. I mean like
Oh.
there's a noun for that. Anyway, sorry, I'm coming into this one a little light because I watched a couple episodes, but other than that, I really didn't do a lot of oppositional research on my subject. Because frankly, I feel like when I advocate for Wayne, I want it to come from a place of defending Wayne on his merits, not attacking the other person. So there you go.
Well, it is a scrap, so you do a little get after it. So, but
Yeah,
you choose your path.
I will. Thank you.
All right. So if that's it,
That'll
you will
be it.
all right. You'll bank 3 minutes and 10 seconds. So let me get down to 2-minute rebuttal for our boy MC Amazing here. And when you're ready, E, go.
Okay, so I understand, that Wayne is supposed to be the toughest guy in Letterkenny. We all understand that, but let's be honest. Like when it comes to fighting crime, to truly bringing justice, you got to give it to our boy Kato. I mean, seriously, this guy is out in the trenches, helping people he doesn't even know. We're talking like, and the crazy thing about it is, this guy is out in the streets. We're talking like the criminal underworld, all right, and this guy doesn't even need a title. You know what I mean? Like these guys, like him and the Green Hornet, his albatross, basically have basically decided, hey man, you know what? We don't need titles. We don't need recognition. We don't even need to be liked in order to get stuff done. Okay? They're willing to be considered the most hated people in town, the most hated people in town. They have when they show up, when the cops show up, they have to be gone because they're considered criminals just like everybody else. They're just like everybody else. They're not, but they are, because they're willing to go the extra mile to ingratiate themselves with these criminals and let them know, hey man, we're just like you, bro. We're just like you. And then that's when they stick it to them. They get the sting from Kato. Because let's be honest, man, like it's about Kato, man. Like it's all about Kato. I mean, they call it the Kato show over in China, bro. Like, I mean, come on. Like that, like, I mean, if that's not an indication of how big of a personality, how big of a presence this person has, like forget about the fact that he has like martial arts experience. Like let's forget about that for a second. Let's get down to the fact that, man, he is willing to be second banana to somebody who is far weaker than him in order to get the job done. I mean, we all know the Green Hornet is trash. He is absolute garbage. So I mean, like let's be honest, like he is absolute dog crap. So man, like I don't know. And in addition to being one of the toughest people in his city, he's willing to take a step outside of the city in order to help other people. We'll leave that for later. Thank you.
All right. You went over a little bit, but that's okay. Just 9 seconds. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and set your 5-minute timer for your opening statement for Kato, and go.
Once again, we're talking about our man Kato again. So here we go. Once again, Green Hornet, biggest weakness. Let's be honest. This guy has basically no weaknesses except for the Green Hornet. If he's not there, Kato is going to town, man. Martial arts expert, fighting people with guns. This is not like a fight that you have in the middle of the street. In fact, we're talking about like somebody who has actual fights, not a match, a fight. There's no refereeing. There's no, hey, we're going to shake hands and be friends after this. No, these people are trying to kill you. They're trying to do whatever they can in order to end your life. This is the kind of thing where like people leave the house and go, hey, son, I'm going to be back in like 20 minutes, and you never see them again. Like it's that kind of criminal underworld. That's the kind of situation we're operating in the city where the Green Hornet and Kato and the Green Hornet operate. So in addition to that, this guy is willing to take steps in order to help people outside the city. Now, what am I talking about? This guy went to China to help monks fight the Chinese army. I'm going to say that again. He went to China to help monks fight the Chinese army. I mean, what can you even say that? This guy is so badass that he's willing to go global in order to kick some ass, man. It's not enough that he's going around beating the crap out of people in the streets, people with guns, knives, brass knuckles. Nah, bro. It's not going to stop there. He's going to go fight people with assault rifles and stuff, man. Like, I mean, what? Man, let me tell you, I am 100% certain. I'm sorry to say this, but no, I'm not. Wayne could not beat Kato in a fight. It's just not going to happen. I'll put it this way. If you ever had any doubt in your mind, whether or not like Johnny Lawrence could beat Wayne, if there is any doubt, even a little bit of doubt in your mind, then you have to concede that Kato could definitely beat Wayne. Like, if even a little bit, you have to be like, nah, man, this guy is like, technically speaking, this is basically Bruce Lee on crack, man. He's over here throwing darts at people. Like, I mean, he does like a knife hand at somebody's neck, like, yo, man, tell me what I want to know. Okay, man, just don't use your hands, man. Like, him just doing this is like, oh, man, like, yo, hold up, bro. I didn't know it was going to be that serious. So, I got to tell you, man, Kato, it's Kato, man. It's Bruce Lee is a superhero. What more could you possibly want? And that's it for me.
All right. Banking 2 minutes 15 seconds there. All right. Awesome. Hang on a sec. If you are ready for, let me go to 2 minutes here and bring you back over, and you can start your rebuttal now. Oh, sorry, you're on mute. There you go.
Okay. So, to address your first point, that Kato has to be on the run from cops in order to mete out justice, there are no cops in Letterkenny. There is only Wayne. Okay? Let's just let that sink in for a moment. Like, in small towns like that, in rural places especially, you often don't have a local police force. You have to depend on the county sheriff's department, or in the case of Ontario, you have to depend on the Ontario police, which half the time they don't even show up at all. And even then, it had better be for like a legit actual facts murder, or you are just wasting their time. So if any sort of social justice is to be meted out, you have to go to your community leaders, and in Letterkenny, that is Wayne. To your second point, that Kato is a sidekick on purpose, that's not humility, dude. That's cowardice. Okay? If you have that kind of strength, if you have that kind of power, if you are that kind of a leader, you don't play second fiddle to somebody who is barely competent. You lead by example. Even if leading means delegating some stuff to other people, even if leading means supporting other people, that doesn't make you a sidekick. You're still the fucking leader. Hiding behind someone else, on the other hand, makes you kind of selfish to me. And then, secondly, he brings fists to a gunfight. That's just foolishness. That's not bravery. That's not admirable. That's just straight up foolishness. And I heard that. I know that's my comment.
No, but you got 3 minutes banked if you wanted to. If you wanted to use it.
So one more. Okay. One more point. The last thing that I want to address in my rebuttal is, you said he went to China to help monks fight the Chinese army. He abandoned his duty to the city where he lives and works. That is what he did. He fucked off to go fight a fight that's not his goddamn business, and he left all the people that he is supposed to be taking care of to their own devices. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. On its fucking face, that's bullshit. Alright, there you go.
Alright. I know you got a little bit of time banked if you wanted to have a response for a minute.
Oh, I do. Those monks are the people who taught him martial arts, so that's definitely his fight. Um, being a sidekick to somebody, like especially if they're weaker than you, I definitely would say that shows humility. Um, especially if you're willing to let somebody else be the leader and follow their lead. I mean, anybody can. Everybody wants to be a leader. Everybody doesn't mean that everybody should be a leader or that everybody wants to be the leader. So if he's willing to delegate the leadership role to somebody else. I think that's just fine. In addition, you say that you shouldn't bring a fist to a gunfight. Yeah, if you win all of them, then I would say that that's a good idea. If you win all the fights, why would you stop doing it? Just because, like, oh yeah, well, you should bring a gun because they're bringing guns, but I use my hands and I always win. So why would I change what I'm doing? That's it.
All right. Let's see. So let me go ahead and bring everybody down here again. So, Damon, you have any questions you want to bring for Awesome there?
So we've got Chinese Batman versus Redneck Batman.
Yes, okay, I will grant that they are all determinators. That trope fits.
Fair enough. How do I put this? Okay, if they square straight, like we know who has the better support cast. It's definitely Wayne who has the better backup. But can Wayne take as many punches as he would probably have to take to beat Kato? Like, is he that tough?
So
Like, where does that proof come from? Where's that faith come from? If the answer is yes.
I do think that the answer is yes, and I think that because one of the very first, so Letterkenny opens with Wayne getting in a fight after he's been out of the game for a while, and he wins it handily because the guy he's fighting is a fucking useless douche, whatever. But then, like literally the following day, the next episode starts off with him fighting any and all comers in pursuit of regaining his title. And among the people that he fights are, Sled Ted and Radass, who are fair to middling combatants, but then he fights Joint Boy. And Joint Boy, by the way, is like several inches taller than Wayne and also has, I would say, a good 50 pounds on him. He is an MMA fighter. He's, a local miner. He is like, he basically looks like somebody poured some rocks into a sack and turned it into a man. And one of the main features of this fight is they stand there anchored to each other, holding each other with their offhand by the shirt, by the shoulder, and just trading blows back and forth hard as they can for like 5 or 6 rounds. And at the end, despite the fact that JB is taller, bigger, and has longer reach on Wayne, Wayne is the one left standing. And Wayne proceeds to very handily put JB on his ass and leave him there. So, and that's just like the third or fourth fight that we ever see out of Wayne. And as the story continues, we see him confronting more people who, again, are bigger and stronger and taking hit after hit after hit, but he still keeps going. Like Tyson in the story is also an MMA fighter, right? And he knocks Tyson out in one hit with a headbutt. Like that's all it took for him to put a legitimate MMA fighter on the floor. We see him fighting like shredded up dude bros, and they're shredded, but they're not smart. But we see him like okay in a couple of his fights against Alistair Orson Westwood Yates. He it looks like Wayne is on the ropes because he keeps taking hits to the head, but he's not going down. He's got himself planted. He's taking that punishment. He's just waiting for the opportunity to have like a smart strike back. So, I would say that yeah, he does have that toughness. He could plant his feet and take as many hits as it would take. Because that's really his gift, is the ability to soak up huge amounts of physical punishment and keep going.
All right.
All right. Great answer.
Yeah. Quite often I look at these in the reverse order of, putting someone who's the opponent in the other person's shoes. And I do kind of wonder, I mean, he would be very much a fish out of water. I mean, how would, if Kato had to be put in Letterkenny as the toughest guy in Letterkenny, how would he handle that responsibility?
I mean, if we're talking like Kato by himself, I think he'd do it really great. Number one, I don't think he would ever have lost the title, ever. Like, not that he cares about that, but he would be the strongest man in Letterkenny easily, because he's somebody who focuses, like, we're talking about like somebody who's like way smaller than everybody who fights. When we're talking about like, Wayne is smaller than this guy, Kato is literally smaller than every single person he fights, everybody, except for like very few exceptions. So he always has to get over that what's called that advantage that people have with strength and like sometimes with reach and all that. Sometimes even with endurance, he has to consistently beat people who are like that every single time. And like I said before, it's not like he's running at people who are just like coming at him with bare fists. These guys are weapons, man. They are out to kill. They're trying to do their dirt, and they don't like the fact that Kato and the Green Hornet are horning in on their stuff. Like, they've been betrayed many times, trying to in the pursuit of justice. So yeah, I think like in Letterkenny, I don't want to sound like a jerk, but it would be kind of small potatoes as far as like, what like the simple kind of problems that they have in Letterkenny, as opposed to like breaking up crime rings and stuff like that, trying to like stop people from like using bombs and stuff in the middle of the city. Like, we're talking Batman level villainy, as well as like the common like, criminal that's walking down the street with a heater in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is serious business. So going to Letterkenny, yeah, I think he'd have that pretty much, well in hand, I think.
Can I ask a follow-up?
Go for it.
Like, okay, number A, Wayne did not lose the title. He gave it up for love. Number B, don't you think Kato would get bored? Like, and that like, he would get bored and then like get distracted. He would like be pursuing other ways to challenge himself and keep himself in shape and in condition, right? And that would lead to him abandoning the people of Letterkenny, just like he fucked off and abandoned his city to go fight in China.
Oh wow!
So once again, that was the a result of having to fulfill your obligations. We want to talk about people fulfilling their obligations in town. Oh, go ahead.
It does not change the fact that he's still absconded from his responsibility for the people he was supposed to protect.
Oh, I thought we were talking about being able to delegate earlier. So he can't delegate responsibilities to the Green Hornet to defend the city while he goes to defend his hometown?
If he knows that the Green Hornet's not competent to the task, then yeah, that's still abandoning them.
I don't know if I would trust the Green Hornet to take care of Letterkenny while Kato's away.
Yeah. I would not trust the Green Hornet to bring me a cup of lukewarm tea. He might spill it and burn himself.
Now I will put this to you, Awesome. Which one of these two characters has beaten up cops?
on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, obviously it's Kato. 'Cause again, there are no fucking cops in Letterkenny.
Yeah.
Yep, and it would be a
and
lot easier. Be a lot easier for him to operate when he doesn't have to worry about cops too, wouldn't it?
True that.
I mean, sometimes Wayne's wearing his short shorts and a officer of the law comes with his
Hey,
taser.
hey, don't get me all hot and bothered as a distraction. That's not going to work.
To
Also,
street toughs.
you know it was completely, you know he was in the right for that because those asshats were flying a Confederate flag in their truck.
Well, yeah, of course.
So
He
fuck
should have
that.
beat him up instead of just throwing
Yeah.
fucking eggs at him. So, but that's just me. I'm just picking at it.
Yeah, you're just trying to get me all distracted. I know what you're doing.
Good job, good job. It's
Wayne
working.
in short shorts.
Well done.
It's working.
Who wears shorts?
I mean, I would say that Wayne probably looks better in short shorts than Kato would.
Probably.
Yeah. But he's got them hockey player thighs and that hockey player ass.
Okay, here we go.
That
Okay,
shit.
all right then.
But who wins? But who wins in the abs and traps?
Oh, traps? Kizo definitely wins. Have you not seen this man? Like he has just like a straight 45-degree angle from the bottom of his ears to
Have you
his
not
shoulder.
seen Bruce Lee?
Yes, of course. Come the fuck on.
Not
Also,
recently, no.
Bruce Lee, I want to point out, Bruce Lee is moldering in a box 6 feet under somewhere.
Is he
We're talking
really
about
though?
Kato.
Is he really
Yeah,
though?
right. Is
No,
he really?
no, do not bring that conspiracy theory shit.
Him, Elvis, Tupac, Biggie.
Hanging out.
Hey, look, the only one I am prepared to remotely believe is Pac. Don't take his name in vain.
Well, it would have to be Biggie too. Then in that case, both of them been hanging out together, devising the biggest album drop in all time.
I'm still waiting.
We're all still waiting.
All right, you got any more questions, Demond?
I don't. I think everything has been covered. This was another good one, man.
All right. Well, let's give each of them their closing 2 minutes. If you would like to go ahead and give your 2 minute closing argument and go.
In closing, I would like to say once again that Kato he's like the one of the greatest fighters in the entire world, not even in his city, in the world. Like, this is somebody who is a hardened battle veteran, like in all types of combat, weapon with and without weapons. And like I said, you can bring a gun, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win against Kato. Let me tell you that right now. So if you're coming at him with bare fists, why are you even in the fight in the first place? I mean, honestly, why'd you even show up? So yeah, man, like constantly fighting with a handicap, not even just like, oh man, me by myself. He would rip by himself, but he fights with a handicap every fight against people who are bigger than him, stronger than him, with weapons. Like, I mean, he's like a master martial artist who knows the way to break down a human body. He knows, man. Like, he has the technique, the speed, the strength. Because let's be honest, he's got strength too. Like, don't hold you up, man. Like, he's got the strength to back it up. So, I mean, constantly on, like, he's working with the police, but not with the police, man. The kind of person, like I said, we don't need no stinking titles. We don't need admiration. We don't need recognition. We don't need fame. We need justice, man. That's what we're here for. We need justice. We're here to bring justice to the streets, bro. Not only to the streets, but to the temples, all the way out in the middle of Tibet, bro. Like, all over the global. Like, I mean, what more could you ask for in somebody who's like going to be doing a brawl? Like a real brawl, man. Like, you know what I mean? And let's be honest, like, going up against a boring opponent like Wayne, I mean, like, what's Wayne gonna do? Because to paraphrase Bruce Lee before, boring, no hits back. And that's it.
All right. Awesome. Let's go ahead and give you your last two. Go ahead.
Okay. There is dignity in a quiet, simple life. There is dignity in minding your fences and being a good neighbor and looking out for your townsfolk and looking out for your people. And there is worth and value in using your position as the toughest guy in Letterkenny to be the kind of person that you want other people to emulate. And it's got nothing to do with how strong he is or any of that. It's to do with his character, like his moral character. And I think making that choice shows a different kind of strength. One that I think is more admirable because it has commitment and loyalty as its foundation. Also, I just want to point out that how can Kato be the greatest fighter in the world and be, so be so tough and so strong and so intimidating and also still be like constantly having to surmount challenges, right? Like either he is the greatest or he's constantly got to overcome. So which is it? Like there's a logical inconsistency in there that I cannot leave alone. Let's see, how much time do I have left?
We can't hear you.
Oh. MC? Wait, me?
I
you
can't
not hear
hear.
me?
I can't hear Dean.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. I guess I was on mute. I hit my mute button over here. So, yeah, you got another minute or so if you want banked if you wanted to take it. But whatever you
Actually,
need.
you know what? After that interruption, my train of thought jumped the tracks.
All right.
I have ADHD, man. I can't handle interruptions.
Sorry about that. All right. Well, let's see. Folks, the dispute has ended, and now it's time to settle things. So, we need you to go out and vote now. Head on over to disputedpod.com/Wayne V. Kato. That's WAYNE-V-KATO. And vote. Choose your winner.
Demond fingering people again.
as he is wont to do. Yeah, that was really what do you got? What do you think, Demond?
Another evenly fought battle, very spirited. Redneck Batman versus Chinese Batman. We've got two leaders of their respective areas, and both bring their they both bring their strengths, and it's an interesting clash of styles and philosophy on how things get done. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I think they've got their own missions, generally speaking, which are different, and that's fine. It's interesting though to think about how they use their skills with those missions to bring them together to put them against each other. It's an interesting thought experiment. So I really appreciate what you guys have brought today. Awesome. Do you have any plugs that you'd like to share? Anything that you're doing, etc., that you want to share with everybody?
Obviously, please go check out the subreddit or Letterkenny, and we have a Twitter feed at Letterkenny_or. Check out the Harry and Al podcast. Check out the Produce Stand podcast. And if you're listening to this and you have not watched Letterkenny, fucking, what are you even doing, bud? Go check it out on YouTube. Letterkenny Problems. Get real.
There you go. All right, E, what do you got for us?
Hey, as always, it's your boy MCE Mason coming at you with another Disputed podcast. Thank you guys very much for having me back yet again. It's always great to come on here, and debate. It's great to debate with you again. Awesome. Love hearing your voice. I had a lot of fun. As always, you guys can check me out at on Twitter at MC_emazing. You can also check me out on Instagram at the exact same tag. You can watch my stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/emanzingxp. That's twitch.tv/emazingxp. And yeah, you can check me out on the Input Output podcast. We haven't done that in a while, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be coming back pretty soon. And I'll also say, yeah, go watch Letterkenny. Don't watch the Green Hornet show, because that show kind of sucks, except for like the parts where Kato's fighting people. So yeah, go watch that instead.
I will agree with that, because I love Bruce Lee forever.
Who doesn't love Bruce Lee? This was like the hardest thing I've ever had to psych myself up to do. Are you shitting me?
But I think they slowed Bruce Lee down a lot for that, so they could make sure that they got him on film without being too blurred. So
come on, guys, it was the 60s.
Yeah, I mean, and
sitting at 12 frames per second.
But yeah, it's but Letterkenny, yes, great show, and it's spinoff Shoresy. Make sure you check them both out. But yeah, I do recommend, if you have some time, watch Kato, watch the Kato show. I think from what I've heard recently that they are supposed to be doing maybe another movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are they?
I heard that.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll be good, and they'll have somebody good for the role. I think that I think Seth Rogen, he's a huge comic book nerd, which is why he's done so great with The Boys, and he did with Preacher. So I think I don't think they gave him enough to do what he wanted to do with the Green Hornet. I don't know if he's going to be doing it or who it is, but hopefully they'll give it. Maybe they'll give it to Seth Rogen again now that they know what he can do and what he brings to the superhero, or the anti-hero type of thing. So
right.
So yeah, I do look forward to that. If
We
hopefully
should
it'll
have
come.
like a one-off disputed where it's Cassidy versus Jesse from Preacher.
Jesse. I'm trying. I remember.
From Preacher, Jesse Custer versus Cassidy.
Oh, so you're just saying? Okay. Yeah. Interesting thought. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm not opposed to that.
All right. I'd advocate for either one, although my preference. But
yeah,
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Honestly, I'm gonna throw this out here while I'm thinking about it. If Wayne somehow gets past Kato and winds up winning the whole thing, I would love to see Wayne versus Walker, Texas Ranger.
oh please, Wayne would kick that decrepit old fucking conservative.
I would just want it. It'd be more like a before after picture, but I still would love to.
Right? It's like, here's a ball of slime. Here's a ball of slime spread out in a thin film over the laneway. There you go.
Spare parts, bud.
Also, I've got some links for us, disputedpod.com/links to go check out stuff we've got. We've also got merch at disputedpod.com/merch. And like I said at the top, check us out at podsecure.com. We've got all our shows listed on there. But yeah, go vote and do all that stuff. Damon, do you want to do any plugs real quick?
I am at Damon Does on all the social medias. And if you follow me on Twitter, I have a dad joke haiku every morning to start your day. I can't pretend they're all good, but they all come from a good place. So
all right then. So what are we doing next, Damon?
Well, it's funny that you should ask, because on September 29th, wow, we've just flown by through this year.
This month is half over.
It's crazy. We bring you the third scrap of the second round of the Elite Eight, if you will. Beatrix Kiddo from the Kill Bill franchise. Man, this is going to be good. Versus Amos from the Expanse franchise. So, until next time, I'm Damon.
I'm Dean. And remember, everything is Disputed. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the episode. We are now asking you to go vote for your champion. We want to thank our advocates for their amazing defense of their champions. And finally, Game Changer by Icolix, Fight Club by Evil Bear Boris, Fight Makes Right by Atake, and This Party Sucks by Done With Fish. They can be found on freemusicarchive.org or on artlist.io. See you next time.